Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode here on the SMP. Behind me is the gold farm storage system that we finished last episode. We also started it last episode, but we finished it last episode too. So there's nothing really else to do up here at the gold farm kind of area, but we do have some things left to do on the nether roof. I want to connect the gold farm over there to all the rest of our portals that we have. We have really just three portals over here. We have the spawn area portal, we have the village portal, and we have a portal that goes over to the stronghold. That way we can get to the end really fast. But we have this only like one line of ice boat highway here, and it's just not in a useful location, especially not anymore that we have the village portal. We were just kind of trying to connect the stronghold to the spawn area whenever we made this, and it did kind of work pretty well. But there's much faster ways to do this now that we have a portal over here and we have the gold farm over there. I think the best way to do this is going to have a line that comes from the gold farm to the spawn portal, turns without having anything to slow you down, just the turn to slow you down, because you'll like get stopped there, but you'll be able to recover really fast. Unlike if you had a solid block in the middle of a track, then you like get slowed down and stuck for a couple seconds, and then you can get back on the ice. But with a turn, you can just immediately just kind of take that a little bit faster, I think. So we're gonna have a turn that goes in this direction to connect over to the village, and then another turn that takes us to the stronghold. And we're gonna color code this probably as well, which is why I got some purple dye in my mule. I don't think I'm gonna use the blue or black for anything other than maybe crafting other kinds of dye, but we'll need wool as well, which is why we have a sheep farm here in the industrial district. I use that term kind of loosely because it's pretty much just a pit of sheep that we have over here. We're going to dye some of these different colors, that way we have everything we need. We have cactus over here, which will give us green dye. We have some yellow flowers, so we can make some yellow dye, and that purple dye, which is in my mule, will also be using. I got that from Wandering Traders for the most part. Some of it was from other stuff, I think, but we got everything we need, I think, to get started on this project. We have ice over in the spawn area. We have, I think, bamboo wood we'll need, which we have plenty of in our bamboo farm, so we have everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and start building some stuff. And we have a fully functioning ice boat highway thing here in the nether. So we don't really have too much to talk about this because it's pretty much just a line of ice and some carpets and stuff, but you can kind of see what I was talking about with the different color of carpets and like the bins in the ice boat path, so that you can kind of turn around or go to different portals pretty easily. The only kind of bend that I think is a little bit far away is this portal to like this corner here, but it was kind of a trade-off between that and the stronghold portal, and I chose the stronghold portal to kind of be a little bit more like close to the ice, because you can kind of just get off in the middle of an ice track. So I felt like the one at the end of the ice should kind of take a little bit more precedent. But while I was building this, I figured out what else I could do up here on the nether roof for the rest of this episode, or maybe not the rest of it, but at least for a little bit more of this episode. And that's to decorate this portal frame. We have a couple portal frames up here, like 3, but I don't really think I can decorate the other 2. The industrial district is very much like just glass and stone bricks and stuff, so like you don't really have much of a aesthetic pattern to make a portal out of. And over in the stronghold, we that's not my project. That's like Spellfar's project for the most part, at least at the moment. Maybe once he's done building something in the stronghold, I could maybe make a portal based off of what he made. He might want to do the portal, so we'll just leave that for him for now. But this one is something I think I can do because we have the largest project in the spawn area, the mangrove swamp, and I think the portal's kind of closest to the mangrove swamp anyways. So I think it would make sense to decorate this portal in kind of like a swampy fashion. So what we're going to probably do is have like a big mangrove tree kind of overhanging, growing on the portal with some vines and prop roots and stuff. And we're going to add in a couple of decorative elements that we haven't added into the swamp yet because we just haven't gotten done with the trees yet. So you'll kind of get a glimpse of some of the future things that I'm thinking about adding to the actual swamp after I do this kind of things, and it'll be kind of just like an interesting summary as well as just like a cool looking build, I think. So we'll do that real quick. I don't think it'll take too long, and I have everything I need already, and I think it'll look really cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And it's all done. We have this all finished. We have quite a few details around here that we don't have in our swamp yet, but we're probably going to add pretty much everything that's in this into our swamp in some kind of form or another. We have up on the top of the tree there a parrot, which we might be able to look at a little bit closer if I go like this. We have a parrot and some fence post, which makes it look like there's more parrots. Parrots are kind of hard to get. So I figured just having one and then kind of having fence posts kind of made it look like there was some white birds in the tree, and that's kind of what I wanted. So we have that. We have some firefly bushes dotted around in this frog that I brought in from the overworld as well. And of course we have this thing, which is either a crocodile or an alligator, I don't really know, but it's around here and I kind of like the look of it. I don't know if we'll be doing the same thing exactly up in the overworld, but we will have something that kind of resembles this. I think it looks really cool. We'll have probably quite a few dotted around the place in the overworld once we get to the detailing phase, but we're not there yet. We have leaf litter as well, which I think is a nice detail to add for Mangrove Swamp. But I don't think there's really much left to do here. For the tree, we pretty much just did what we usually do with our mangrove trees, have some prop roots and stuff, and I think it just looks cool. But we've already gone over those in pretty good detail, so I don't think there's much more I want to add. At least on this side of the portal. If we go through the portal, we have this side, and you can see our mangrove swamp and our palm tree bridge and a couple other things going on in this area. But this portal isn't really decorated. It was a ruined portal, so there's kind of like a few natural things dotted around, which make it look kind of cool. But we can do a bit better than this, I think. We're going to have probably like some netherrack going up around the portal. Maybe something kind of going on with the stone and stuff as well on the top. I don't know why there's a frog in that boat. I think it was Expelfar's. But that's what I think we'll be doing for the next part of this episode. And we have a little nether portal here. I didn't really change too much about the general island or anything. I pretty much just added a few blocks in, kind of vary up the block palette a little bit and add a little bit of decoration here. We got a happy guest here that I brought in from Expelfar's side over there. He had 2 of them, and so I took the red one. Yeah. Anyways, if we go through the nether portal, there is another project on the roof that I want to do that I kind of forgot about until now, and that's to make a hole in the bedrock somewhere around here. We have no hole in the bedrock yet, but I kind of wanted to have one somewhere. It makes it a whole lot easier. Right now we're just getting down into the nether through another portal that's not hooked up to the roof. And I figure it's just going to be easier to punch a hole into the bedrock instead of having to go back and forth to that portal every time. So I already wrote down my chords here in the chat. So we should be able to just kind of figure out where a hole is by going under the bedrock and then coming back up to punch a hole in it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that real quick. And we have our hole down to the nether proper from the roof up here. As you can see, we had to kind of remove a block here from the ice boat highway's railing. That shouldn't matter though, because boats are more than a block wide, so they shouldn't be able to fit through a block sized gap while you're riding on the ice here, which is why we can leave big gaps like this all along the ice boat highway. So this shouldn't matter at all, really, as far as the ice boat highway is concerned, but it is functional, so you can come down here and back up this ladder and access the nether if you need to, which is pretty useful just to have that available. You can see over there, way out in the distance, we have Expelfar working on his portal over there. I don't think anything's finished or official yet, but there is something over there now. And I think that means that we're pretty much done with at least our part of the nether roof. We don't really have anything left to do here. We did the portal that we can do. We did the ice boat highways. I think we're pretty much done here. For now, at least. We might have more portals in the future somewhere. But we'll see. We'll see whenever that happens. But for now, we're done. And I think I'll finish the episode here. So thank you guys all for watching. God bless.